Did you know there were 6 different endings in Elden Ring and 3 of them are trophy achievements? Did you know that you can get all of them in a single playthrough and upload your save data to the cloud like this?
Tear it up like I'm Jason. I see the world like it's ready for the taking. I see this place like a game I'm playing. Straight to the bank to collect my payments. No negotiations, it's my way, I was born impatient. And like a damn Freemason, I'll run this nation.
Welcome back to the channel, everybody. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit those like and subscribe buttons. To anyone watching, whether you're new or not, tune in as we explore a little lore in Elden Ring while discussing a few did you know points, and I demonstrate how you can get multiple endings in a single playthrough. If you're not interested in the lore part of this video, go ahead and check below for the demonstration portion and skip ahead. As mentioned earlier, there are 6 significant different endings in this game. In this video, I'm covering the 3 that matter. If you want to see the cinematics of just the endings, check those out in one of my other playlists. Our first ending, which is the most complex, is Ranni's questline. Ranni is the daughter of Rennala and Radagon. She was one of 3 Empyreans chosen to succeed Queen Marika among Miquella and Melania. However, Ranni rejected the will of the Two Fingers and orchestrated the Night of the Black Knives by stealing a fragment of the destined death from Malekith. The fragment was forged into the god-slaying Black Knives that murdered Godwyn the Golden and triggered the most significant event in Elden Ring known as the Shattering. This is where you, a Tarnished, come in, where you are immediately met with trash talk,
Maidenless as you are,
and a tarnished tenderizer right outside the door. If done correctly, you will see a blue sign on the ground after defeating Radagon and the Elden Beast. I will not be covering the entire quest step by step, as that can be a video on its own, but I will share a few key points about this that fall into the did you know category. First, Ranni's quest is tied to multiple NPCs, and those NPCs' quests overlap with Ranni's. At certain points, you won't even be able to proceed until you've progressed another's quest. Those NPCs are Blad, Iji, Celavis, Pydia, Roger, Sellen, and Jaren. The first 3 share hostility, meaning if you attack one, then all of them become hostile to you, and you must seek absolution at the Church of Vows to reset them to a non-combative state. Blad will be permanently killed at the final event of his questline, which is mandatory. Second, the Radahn Festival is a key event in the shared progression of these quests. Starting the festival too soon will skip large portions of associated sub-stories and dialogue for Iji, Blad, and Ranni herself. So join Ranni well in advance before starting the festival to get all of the dialogue. Lastly, because of the complexity of Ranni's quest and the amount of overlap between NPCs, it is not possible to see absolutely every interaction in a single playthrough. Alternatively, you can choose the Lord of the Frenzied Flame ending. In contrast to the other endings, this one is probably the easiest one to unlock with one caveat. It should be done last if you plan on going into New Game Plus afterwards. You can do this one before the others, but it requires additional steps with the incorporation of Millicent's questline and requires you to kill Melania to get the needle. So yeah, fuck that. Not much is known about the Frenzied Flame in Elden Ring as far as lore goes, because it's like most of the lore where the developers give you crumbs and leave it up to the player's speculative conclusions. What does seem apparent, though, is its antagonistic nature and its association to the Three Fingers. Shabribri, whom is first encountered in the mountaintops of the Giants,
chosen, tarnished, and would-be lord, descend into the depths far below the Erdtree capital. Seek audience with the Three Fingers and the flame of frenzy.
Shabribri is rumored to be the first host of the Frenzied Flame. Shabribri's eyes were said to have been gouged out for committing slander. With the DLC out now, there is yet another part of lore added with Midra, a huge sword-swinging boss. Another NPC, Hayeta, who seeks to be a finger maiden, appears after acquiring Irina's letter in the Weeping Peninsula. During her quest line, she frequently requests Shabribri's grapes, which turn out to be human eyes later. When you tell her this, that they're eyes, she nearly has a mental breakdown.
That aside, I wonder what Shabriri grapes really are. No. That's not possible.
But then later just accepts it. Your last encounter with Haida is underground, Lindell, at the door of the Three Fingers, where if you consummate her role as a finger maiden, like some weird masochist, she simply dies. Her quest is entirely optional for the Frenzied Flame ending, but it will give you the Frenzied Flame seal. The last piece of lore that lies with the Frenzied Flame lies with Vike. His armor reads, "But without announcement, Vike traveled far below the capital and was scorched by the flame of frenzy. Did he make his choice for his maiden, or did some other force lure him there with suggestion?"
Did he score?
The one thing to keep in mind about this ending is this. All you have to do is kill Moog in the subterranean part of the capital at the Cathedral of the Forsaken, attack the altar, and travel down to the bottom and rest at the site of grace, to come back later for the final ending. That's it. No NPCs are required for this at all. Just don't go through the doors until you're ready to see this ending, then travel back to Radagon's dead body and select the ending. Our final option is the Elden Lord option, which serves as the default option. This option branches into the other three final endings, which are the Perfect Order, the Death Prince, and the Fell Curse. Unlike the other three endings, the default route does not require specific NPC interactions and is therefore easier to obtain in my opinion, since it lies along the required story path. However, just as an FYI and another did you know, if you are attempting one of the other endings, you'll need to progress Brother Corwin, Fia, or the Dung Eater's quest lines. The one point to make on this ending is that the only real degree of freedom you have is deciding which two great runes to obtain, since it's a requirement for this ending. If you are attempting to obtain the Age of Stars ending, the most logical runes are Godric, Renala, and Radon, since they lie along the ending paths. Rykard and Malenia are completely optional. However, I will say it is worth defending Rykard, as he rewards you with one of the best weapons in the game, the Blasphemous Blade, which is OP as f***. Once you have all the endings, it's simple. On PS5, just rest at the site of grace where Radagon is and upload your save data to the cloud like this. Also, make sure autosync is off. After your data is uploaded, select one of the three endings in the game and enjoy. When it's complete and you get the trophy for it, it will ask if you want to start a new journey. Your choice doesn't matter for the first or second time, so pick either. Next, just download your save data and open the game and select a different ending and repeat. You can do this for all 6 endings, including the 3 trophy endings, if you take the time to progress all the appropriate quest lines. Word of advice, if you are thinking of doing all 6, do it before defeating the fire giant and entering the crumbling Farum Azula, just before burning the capital. And with that being said, guys, that just about wraps up today's tutorial on how to get the 3 trophy endings in a single playthrough. I hope you found this informative and it was helpful. To recap real quick, we covered briefly the 3 trophy endings, the Age of Stars ending, the Frenzied Flame ending, and the default ending that branches into the 3 other endings. By following the steps that I showed you in the demonstration, you should now be able to get all of those endings in a single playthrough. If you have any questions or need further clarification, feel free to leave a comment down below and I'll try my best to get back to you. Also, if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share it with anyone that might benefit from it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my future videos that I drop. I've got a lot of exciting content planned coming your way. Lastly, I'd love to hear your feedback. Let me know what other topics you might want me to cover. Your suggestions are always welcome on my channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Winks out.